Hi guys, I'm Zach from Nodeworks Media. It's been a while, but I'm here on a rainy kind of day with some exciting news. I have new products for the MX-5, so today's video we're going to be installing them. Now, one of them has to do with the engine bay, but I've literally just gotten here, so it's a little bit warm. Side note here, any of the products, so radiator shrouds, the door sills, the lights, the shrouds, the everything, front lip. If you guys are interested in anything, there will also be a link to my website down below. Go check it out. All the pricing is there. So yeah. So for any of you Miata owners, you're probably quite used to this interior. You're also probably quite used to these stupid clips on your hardtop that rattle and make a lot of noise, which I can't replicate by hand. Also, the fact that these sometimes break, which means that the clips kind of just open themselves, and that's really annoying because when you drive over like any form of twist or bump, it just does that, and then you have to drive with this annoying so I'm sure you guys have seen this quite often for the little Miatas, but I have recently designed and made roof brackets. Now I'm going to be honest with you, everything that you're seeing in this video is actually still a concept product, although that there's two, one for myself and one for a customer. He asked nicely to be a test customer and get the test product, even knowing that maybe some of the holes won't line up and this and that. That is what these are. Unfortunately, I have had to custom modify them, aka grind the holes out a little bit because I was slightly off on the drawings. When you guys order these, I've already fixed the drawings. Everything should be 100%. I still have a little bit more testing to do, but basically this is going to be a how to install for these things. And that's going to be fun. So as you guys already saw, we've got the roof brackets, but we've also got these, which are shrouds. Now, where do these go, I hear you ask? Why, over here, of course. So basically, it's a nice little neat shroud that will sit here and kind of just cover up this hole. It's not really for anything. It doesn't really benefit in any way. Like, I know the radiator shroud technically helps with airflow to the radiator, or at least tiny bit. That doesn't really do much. If anything, so your when you put your fan on cold, because we haven't got aircon, obviously, because I replaced it with a turbocharger. When you put your fan on cold, it actually breathes through a little vent that's underneath there. If anything, it's actually just blocking that up more, but it will neaten up the engine bay and look a lot neater. Now, I have a special surprise when I install that, but we will get to that a little bit. Also, how neat does the coil pack look? Sorry, I'm still obsessed with that. It looks really good. We'll get to that in a little bit, but you guys haven't got heater vision, but if you did, you'd see that this is real warm. So I'm going to let that cool down, and we're going to install the interior bits. And it's unfortunately at this point in the video where things start to become difficult, because if any of you have tried to remove these bolts before for the clips and stuff for the hard top so that it can actually clip, you know it's very difficult. So first things first, you're going to need a ratchet, but you need this very special socket, which I don't even know what it is or what it's called or what size it is, but it's a very special socket that can fit very special kinds of tools, which are these things. If you guys can see there, it's like a weird little star thing. I don't know what else uses this ever, but that's apparently what the roof clips use, and they strip really easily. So it's really annoying, and I'm going to record myself on how to do it on this side so that you guys can see, but otherwise then I'm not filming this because I'm going to get really angry. I'm going to have to mute my audio multiple times. Okay, let's see how this goes. Get your ratchety boy, and then you need the second largest size, as you guys can see there. So that boy, you're going to take the second largest size, and you're going to loosen the clip side first. I know that seems weird, or at least, I suppose actually no, it does make sense, but anyway, you're going to loosen the clip side first. Now what I recommend doing, is this the right way? Yes. Okay. What I recommend doing is applying a lot of pressure upward into the bolt, because that will help you not strip it, and that's obviously what you want. And then once it's cracked open, essentially, it's quite easy to take off. But I will note, for first timers, if you've never taken these off before, they do use Loctite on them. So it's quite aggressive sometimes to get undone, especially if your clips have never been removed before. They can get really tight, and it then obviously becomes a lot easier to strip them. So just be careful of that. To get to some of them, you may actually have to open the clip, like this one. But there we go, first clip off, roof clip anyway. Okay, now we've got to also do this part that's actually on the frame around the windscreen. Okay. So for that one, you're going to put your little size away, and you're going to get the biggest size, the big boy. I'm going to be honest with you, sorry, I would tell you what sizes they are, because, oh wait, hold on, a T40? Question mark? It's got little sizes here. But they don't seem to make sense, because it's a T25, T27, T30, and then that last one looks like a 4. So, I don't know. These, you guys will probably be able to see visually what tools you'll need, but it's really arse to get these done. Oh, and then what I found is, for some reason, this first one over here is always threaded. Like, you can't just turn it and get it loose. Like, there's a thread in the actual thing, so you got. Okay, now that both pieces are off, we can move on to the side, which is a little bit more difficult to form, but I'll try. In essence, it's the same process to get it undone. Also, something to be warned about and try to be careful of is if the bolts fall down here, they can go under the seat, and it's not that hard to get them back, but obviously it's annoying, so just be wary. Rather loosen the crap out of the bolts, but before it comes out, oh my gosh, okay, I need that open so I can sit sideways properly. I'd rather take it out by hand so it doesn't drop. Okay, and yet again, same, the larger size now for the bottom. Same kind of bolt setup basically. There you go, now they uninstall the clips. Obviously just repeat the process on the other side, and now we can get to installing. So, as you'll see in the kit, what I've done is I've replaced those really weird bolts that nobody likes with Allen key bolts, because Allen keys are a lot more common, and you'll see that there are two different sizes. We have the smaller one and the bigger one. These are really easy, because all you need is to look at your Allen key toolbox, and you need the size 5 and 4. That's literally it. So it makes your life a lot easier. Okay, well, with our two Allen keys, now we can get to installing, so let's go do that. Okay, so first up, for the side, we have these big boys which have the knife logo on them. Actually, what I prefer doing, to be 100% honest with you, because I have installed these a couple times, take one of the smaller ones, put your bracket in place, in position, line it up to the top, just get it to line in a little bit, then just leave it to hang there. Now you can just wiggle worm it and it doesn't matter. Now you can do the big bolts at the bottom. And what I prefer to do is just get everything to like hook in. So get all the bolts to teeth in. Start threading and stuff, and then go through and tighten everything back down together. Now the reason I say don't make them all tight is because then you can have place to still wiggle around the bracket a little bit, so that it makes it a little bit easier for everything to thread and kind of fit in. Okay, now that everything's kind of half threaded, go through and probably tighten it in. I will say, again, obviously there was Loctite for the previous bolts, so do just be wary, because your new bolts may not want to go in all nice and tight, because yeah, you can also do that, by the way. So you can pull the roof down and then tighten the bottom ones where they need to be. Okay, additionally, you can get a friend to come and help you. You may have to walk it in a little bit, like do the bottom one, then do the top one, do the bottom one, do the top one. Yee, cool. I'll show you guys what it looks like quickly. So here we go, that's what it looks like. I know that the washers look a little bit ugly, but for ease of fitting it, I thought I'd rather make the holes to actually line up the bolts and stuff a little bit bigger, and then have washers, which makes it look a little bit more ugly, but it's so much easier to fit. Because trust me, after taking these on and off about 300 times to test fit them and stuff, ease of fitting becomes very important very quickly. But yeah, now we've got bracket that I'm not gonna, you can't see, I'm busy holding my roof, busy shaking the crap out of the car. That's not going anywhere. So yeah, that looks nice and neat, and it's nice and hidden color wise as well, I suppose, unless you have a beige interior. But if you have a beige interior, what are you doing? Paint it black. Okay, so obviously now we need the top mount, which I've just realized I've left out. So you're gonna get your top mount bracket. Now I should have actually mentioned this before, there is a left and a right for both of these. Okay, for the side mount ones, big hook is obviously on like towards the window, that way. Well, this one's a little bit easier to tell because the bend will fit nicely, but the top ones, you'll see that they're also curved and they've got a slight bend in them going up. That's to fit nice and neatly there. So yeah, I like to start with this hole over here. I don't know why, but this one over here tends to be one of the neatest ones to initially line up. Your visor may get in the way, so you gotta yeet that boy off to the side. Okay, there we go. So let me show you guys quickly. So here we go, this is the top one done. I'm not giving you guys washers this size. Remember, mine are just the concept kit and just random hardware that I found here in the shop. So please forgive the oversized washers, you guys won't get that. You'll get ones that are nice and small and neat like these. But anyway, yeah, check it out. I think that works and fits really nicely actually. I think that looks really good. And you know, sitting down here, and then I mean, you know, that's gonna go up there. Just nice and neat. Yeah. We will move on to the second part of the video, which is the shroud and my secret surprise for the shroud. Ooh, spooky. Okay, on to the super secret surprise. So as many of you will remember, I fitted this little switch that when I flick it, as you can see, I now have red glow, and that's cool, and I can change the color and everything. It's great. But now what some of you will remember is I have this piece here on the back, which doesn't, okay, on camera it actually does a fair bit, but in person it really doesn't show, and it's actually kind of boring and doesn't really do anything, and I'm kind of just meh. So what I thought of doing is we come and we can put it in here, we can line it over there on this piece, so that when the shroud goes over it, basically I'll get like a little bit of a glow through the logo and through some of the holes and stuff. Obviously there's the holes for the windscreen nozzle things, which is a little bit annoying, but my point, it'll be cool. So I'm gonna go ahead now and basically loosen these so I can get all the cabling back and basically tear it out, and then I'm gonna have to try wire it back through the firewall and go through that whole nonsense. So I'm gonna try this and we'll see if it works. I'm not gonna film it because I feel like it's gonna take really long, but it's a cool idea, so I'm gonna try. An hour later, you join me again with a completely disassembled interior and a slightly dirty forehead. Yes. So let me just have to show you here. So basically, obviously the strip was back there. The wires used to run underneath this piece here, so I had to take that out. But then the wires also went underneath that interior trim piece, and then under where basically the ECU goes. So I had to pull all that through. Then I had to try feed the LED and everything back through the firewall, because obviously I fed the cables through there in the first place. Then I fed it all through here, came back out. Here's the little black cable here. Black cable comes here. This will be tucked in a little bit neater. The spare cable is now all neatly cable tied and shoved in a corner, because that's what we do here. And then, as you can see, sneakily the LED is over there. So basically what I did is I just pulled it through, because you can't see down there anyway. So I've just pulled it through basically, and I've just sticky taped it on. I see that this piece had slightly come off, so let's just try to stick that back on. But yeah, so let me, where's the switch? There we go. So as you can see, interior still glows, kind of cool. But now, so does that piece there. Now I think that'll look really cool when we come over here, through my little logo over there, and I guess through the holes, but we don't care about the holes, but the logo will look dope. So yeah. Okay, let me actually now walk you guys through actually installing this shroud over here. Okay, so first things first, will be your shroud, and underneath, you'll see that there's a foam piece, which is actually blocking the bolt holes. Don't worry, you can just poke right through the foam. But before we actually get to this piece, I need to take you back to the front of the car, because we have to uninstall some stuff again. Okay, so as we can see here, there's this rubber foam piece, whatever you want to call it, that actually presses up against the hood here, which basically just stops the hot air from the engine getting into here, because obviously your fan is in here. Cool. We don't really have to worry about that. What we're going to do is, you'll see that these little clip things that actually go through the plastic there, you're going to just wiggle it off. What I find helps is just pull it towards you, then up, then back away, and then there we go. So yeah, we're just going to do that. There should be 7 of these little boys, and then we're going to take the little rubber off. Okay, next thing, with the rubber off, we got these little plastic boys that we got to get out now. Now these are slightly irritating to get out. What I find helps is come underneath, because as you can see it goes underneath here. Go underneath, just feel where the little, there's like some tabs. You push the one through, and then kind of just, you're going to have to just wiggle it, fight it. You can try come from underneath again and try get the other part through. You guys know how interior clips are. These are basically kind of the same. They're a bit arse to get out. So I'm going to get all of those out. Again, there should be 7. So just pull those out, and then there we go. So here are all my little clips. Thank you for focusing. So as you can see, basically you just got to pinch those 2 things on the side, and you've got to wiggle worm it out. They're annoying to get out, but yeah. Anyway, it's off. So now what we can do is finally get the shroud and come and, place it. Okay, so this is obviously easier when you have more than just yourself, but yeah. You're gonna just temporarily just place it down, and we'll come back to it, as long as it's in kind of the rough area that we need it to be in. Okay, for this part of the job, you're going to take your little Allen key bolts. I'm going to find the appropriate, bottle flipped it, anyway. You're going to find the appropriate Allen key, which should be a size 2 Allen key. I'm going to be honest, none of this actually makes sense to me, but yeah. Then you're also going to have a ratchet with a size 10. That's literally all you need to install it. So yeah, let's try set up the camera in a better position, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so first things first, we got to just take off these 2 fender bolts. They shouldn't be that difficult to get off. Also, if I could show on camera, that would be great, but my aim is off because I'm not actually paying attention to the camera. Okay, 1 little fender bolt off, other side. They may be a little bit rusty and like tight in spot, especially if your car's been repainted like mine has, so that the paint, it was basically just painted with the bolts in place. Okay, cool. Fender bolts are now out. So we're just going to put those aside. We're not getting rid of them, we're just putting them aside. And now we can actually line up the plate. Okay, cool. I've moved now the shroud pretty much into position. Now we're going to take the fender bolts yet again, and we're going to just try to get them in there, and just, you may need to push and slide and shove and be slightly aggressive, but yeah, there we go. One is threaded in. I'll go tighten that down now, and it can come this side. This side's actually easier for you guys to see. Again, concept one, sorry, the thing does look a little bit messy. I apologize, yours will be fixed. Anyway, just gotta, yeah, there we go. Get them in there, get a couple threads in. I'd recommend leaving it a little bit loose just in case you need a little bit of wiggle room. So just, you know, thread it, but don't actually get it tightened yet. Now what we can do is we can get our little bolts, and we're going to start pressing through the foam to actually get to where the little bolt hole is. What you can do to make this a little bit easier for yourself, and what I should have done before I actually put this on, is poke the holes through first with your little bolt, and then come and line it up and stuff, because then you'll actually be able to look through to what hole you need. So that'd be great, but yeah. Oh, also when you line it up, I'd recommend, again with these loose, you might actually have to completely take that side off. Just flex the shroud a little bit, slide it underneath the fender here, although I'm probably going to end up cleaning this up on the final version, so you don't have to slide it under. But in case yours is just struggling, maybe your fender's positioned differently or something, just try slide it under, and then it should sit nice and neat and such. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate with this one, but this basically applies to all of these little holes here. Again, forgive my double holes. So what we're going to do is you're just going to push your little Allen key bolt through, going to grab your nut, and you're going to tighten that on. Now, I can't do this single-handedly, so I'm going to have to put the camera down and go tighten this on. Okay, it's installed, and it actually looks really neat and really cool. There's one or two things that I may change for the final design for you guys, but it looks really cool. So let me show you. All right, so we'll start this side. Obviously, all the things are in. Unfortunately, those holes kind of have to be there for the windscreen wiper things, which that one's non-existent, but that one exists, and I don't even have a windscreen washer bottle. But anyway, it does kind of need to exist and so on and so forth. But it still sits and looks really cool in my opinion. What I may do is I'll let you guys decide. You can let me know down in the comments if you were to buy one. What I can do is basically just have a small little joining point essentially. So if you look at my logo here, you see how the middle bit's being held on by two little tabs. So two little tabs essentially that hold essentially a circle in the middle. So if you have yours removed and yours are no longer there, like previous owner tore mine out, then you can leave those there and they'll look nice and neat and tidy. If you do have them and you want to keep them, then all you have to do is basically take a pliers, turn it, twist it, and break it, and then there we go. Now it's open. So I'll let you guys decide on that. And then another thing is here by my logo, I'm going to just have that come straight here. I had it open because on that side it needs to be open for wires and the piping for the windscreen wiper. But on this side, I can make it a lot neater. But now it's time for the big reveal. Well, actually, oh damn. It makes it look a lot neater. Like, it's not really something you notice because I suppose it's black, so it like tucks it away and hides it really neat, but it looks really good. Anyway, something that I now have to do is the surprise. So let's come over here. I haven't seen this, by the way. Oh, the glow's on. Oh, yes. Okay, it's a little bit much. That in there is a little bit much, but it does look really cool through there. And obviously there's less glow on this side because I kind of shoved it all on that side for reasons. You can actually see the LEDs there, which is a little bit sad and a little bit annoying, and hence why the plate there would go. LEDs not included when you buy the plate, just by the way. This is just something I did for myself, but that actually looks super duper dope. It's kind of ricey, but I really fucking like it. Hells yeah. I'm super impressed with this. I'm actually I'm digging it a lot. I thought I was going to like the roof clips more than I was going to actually like that shroud. I feel like you weren't really going to notice that shroud, of which you don't, and that's the nice thing, but except when the lights are on. The lights actually make the big difference there. And I think with the lights on, I kind of really like it. I don't know why. It's really ricey, but I really like it. Anyway, so quick interruption before I continue the video, sorry. I just want to say, for that top piece, I might put a little sponge that you can put on top of that, because I still need to test it. I don't know if it's going to rattle or make a noise against the hood or anything. I don't think so. But so that might be an extra thing that you guys get, but that shouldn't be too hard to install. It's basically just take tape off and lay on the top. Another thing that I wanted to say is just if you guys want to see more products like this for MX-5s, multiple plural, across the generations, as well as S chassis, Subarus, Hondas, JDMs, Euros, anything really. Consider following my Patreon, can I English? It is linked down in the description below. Go check it out and go follow me there. Any support there basically goes back towards products and stuff for the car. And then we obviously continue from there. And then obviously if I get special requests and so on and so forth, there's different levels of being Patreons, and obviously it comes with its different perks. I think I only have one level right now, but yeah, go consider it, go check it out. At very least it helps. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's actually going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. The next video should be either cinematic, Corin's car, or bit of both, I guess. So yeah, until next time, guys. Cheers.